INS was that you need to split the service and enforcement because the enforcement was polluting the service side of the business, and that the service side of the business was too enforcement-minded. Well, now that it's all in the Department of Homeland Security, look at what we're seeing coming out of USCIS in the current era. You see an enforcement outlook and actions that USCIS is taking that would never have happened in INS days. Immigration enforcement is not limited to deportation, or what is formally called removal. Instead, there are ranges of actions that are considered enforcement. For example, street arrests, interrogation at a workplace, detention in a correctional facility, and prosecution as a trigger for removal proceedings are all actions that constitute immigration enforcement. DHS statistics indicate that in fiscal year 2016, one arm of ICE, known as Enforcement and Removal Operations, ERO, booked about 350,000 people into detention, and that DHS removed 340,000 non-citizens. Data from DHS shows that arrests of non-criminals made up 26% of ERO arrests in fiscal year FY 2017. The details of the immigration law and the agencies responsible for carrying them out are indeed complex, but the role of discretion is also significant. As Justice Anthony Kennedy noted in Arizona v. United States, discretion in the enforcement of immigration law embraces immediate human concerns. The equities of an individual case may turn on many factors, including whether the alien has children born in the United States, long ties to the community, or a record of distinguished military service. Discretion is interwoven with deportation. Immigration scholar Daniel Canstrom identifies three forms of discretion: prosecutorial, ultimate, and interpretive, all three of which are discussed in this book. One powerful form of discretion in immigration law is called prosecutorial discretion. Importantly, DHS has the prosecutorial discretion to refrain from taking action against a person at each enforcement stage. For example, if an ICE officer chooses not to detain a woman who is pregnant or nursing, but who legally qualifies for detention, discretion is being exercised favorably. Prosecutorial discretion is necessary because the government has limited resources it can use to carry out enforcement against non-citizens. According to the former director of ICE, in 2011, ICE has the resources to deport less than 4%, or 400,000, of the roughly 11.2 million people living in the United States without authorization today. This number does not include the many lawful permanent residents, green card holders, who are eligible for immigration enforcement because of post-entry conduct. As showcased in my first book, Beyond Deportation, the government has exercised discretion for largely humanitarian reasons that includes a person's family ties, age, or medical condition. Deferred action is one kind of prosecutorial discretion that existed for decades, but came to light with President Barack Obama's announcement of Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA. DACA is a policy that was implemented by the Secretary of Homeland Security and enabled nearly 800,000 people who came to the United States before the age of 16, have continuous residence, and are in school or graduated to receive deferred action for a renewable period of 2 years. Deferred action is not the only way.